So it is a new year, which means I have been updating. I've been going around to many other conventions, and at a lot of conventions, they will often have the dance. They'll often have the rave, which is ridiculous because if they have it at night in a hotel, stage fog is going everywhere, strobe lights is everywhere, costume and cosplay goes right out the window, gender goes right out the window. It's like Marilyn Manson and Silent Hill. You don't know what's grinding against you, you just pray to God they're legal. They start breaking out their moves, they start breaking out their dance revolution moves, you can tell because they don't move from that 2-foot square. Start breaking out my Death Note moves. Kira. Very similar to that is the Ryuk. The L. Floor's too dirty, but the Nier. And the Mesa, where you basically dry hump the nearest light cosplayer you can find. No one likes when I break that move out. And at the rave, we start getting the only offense that the geek culture has to the rest of the world. Constink. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people are like, we've all been in a high school gym class. We know what it's like smelling the inside of a bag. Au contraire, my friends! This is like Goku Season 1 versus like Super Saiyan Level 4. That is the gap. BO is the constant what a Super Soaker is to a shotgun. Because in some conventions, guys don't realize they're doing it because they fit like 15 people into a hotel room that can fit 5. They don't bathe, they don't shower, they stop sleeping throughout the whole convention. They just become unaware. Funk. They gather in the video game room, which by definition has no natural light and only one exit. Whenever people staff the video game room, they stand outside for a reason. The funk cannot be penetrated by light. This is one convention that felt like this guy just bottled up his stink from the year before and just let it ferment like a wine. The next year when he came, he unleashed that. Coffee! Everybody's waving the Pokemon. Coffee, where? I got a Bidoof! I'm trying for a Bidoof! But it's dangerous because you gotta keep that stuff in check. Not bathing is a terrible idea. Not bathing is what made the bubonic plague such a raging success. It did its job, it killed the British. It's a very proactive virus right there. Had goals, set them, achieved them. I appreciate that. And it's just by the means, I don't know. But at one convention, the confunk was so strong, it started to form shapes. It became self-aware, it learned our language, it picked up a controller, it won the Halo tournament. Constink won the Halo tournament because no one else could get near the room. It won by default. I've got to say, you got to bathe. You can't take credit for that. If you're coming to a convention dressed as a zombie, you don't need to smell the part. That's what the costume's for. We get it. And if you're dressing up like Link, and you're surrounded by little stinky guys, you can't take credit for that and say they're your nobbies. Let's move on. So I'm following a lot of people on Twitter. I'm keeping up with my friends, with my family, with celebrities, because you might as well put everything all on the same level. That's what Twitter does. It makes famous people mundane people famous, and fictitious characters that much closer to being marriage material. So I follow a lot of my favorite characters from Naruto. Like Kisame and Itachi. Yesterday they tweeted that they were going to firebomb the nearest Red Lobster. And according to Kisame, it was very personal. Kakashi-sensei was none of my business. Alright then. 1010 did not have enough character development to tweet. Oh, I see where this is going. Kibo was currently marking Hinata's left leg. Because Inuyasha tagged the right. Who else? Orochimaru was ticked off about being driven out of Ireland by St. Patrick. But I give some of the older people a moment to fill the younger ones in on that historical Irish reference. Now, kids, explain the Naruto reference to your parents. Some other favorite characters I like to follow: Gurren Lagann, just uploaded Windows 7 and crashed. Dr. Doom is tired of being congratulated on his cosplay of Alphonse Elric. Lust from the homunculi was stunned at the price of a manicure. Black Star from Soul Eater is about to sneak up and backstab this whole audience. Why did you look? He's not real! You publicly announced you're going to assassinate someone. How is it an assassination? Now it's just a dare. Favorite detective from Death Note, L, is taking a walking tour of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I have not heard from Willy Wonka in months. Last I heard, the factory was on fire and the Oompa Loompas were demanding that they unionize. The big part about conventions is the cosplay. I love the cosplay, it's so encouraging. Because cosplay is all about breaking limits, dressing up what you want to, or what people don't want you to, what they won't allow you to. There's no gender boundary, there's no cultural boundary, there's no age boundary, there should be a weight boundary. For the most part, no. People are cool to do exactly what they want to do. And we've had cosplay in America for quite some time, but just haven't always called it cosplay. But we've had it for a while. If you've ever been in a costume, on stage, acting in a play, here we go. Right to, I did that joke from right to left for the manga readers. For the American. We've had cosplay in America for a while. Mummers are part of a proud tradition. Civil War reenactors as well. Sort of LARPers, but we won't really talk about them. Another proud American tradition involving cosplay, the KKK. Yeah! The Kentucky cosplay community. Who did you think I was talking about? Bruce Wayne is technically a cosplayer, you're just not supposed to know that. And I feel bad for people who come up to me after conventions and try to convince me I remember. Little spoiler alert, I am bad with names, I'm worse with faces. You were wearing a 3-foot spiked Technicolor wig, you had contact lenses in, and if you were wearing anything revealing or skin tight, I'm not going to remember your face because I was not looking you in the eyes. Yeah! Bad that way. I just play it safe. If you come up to me, I just talk to you like you are the character. You come up to me dressed like Shakespeare's Romeo, I'm going to pull you aside and tell you to stay away from that Capulet bitch. I read the fanfic. Does not end well. Hanging out with Hamlet and Macbeth, they seem to be having a great time partying it up. I'm gonna say another thing about the cosplayers. It's summertime now. People can get away with wearing less and less, a little more revealing. You don't always look 15. By every picture you take of me, my hands are so clearly in sight, it's not even worth questioning. Why do you think I have props half the time? Officer, luck! You gotta play a little song in your head just to keep yourself safe. 1, little 2, little 3, little fangirls, 4, little 5, little 8, little 9, little fangirls. 30 to 40 years. She's dressed like Tsunade. Her character is at least 40. That should count.